Hi, it's Mika. Today in Animated Licks we're going to celebrate Solarium Dreams. It was released last week and it's been performing really well on Spotify especially. And yes, we're going to check out the riff from the song called Live Ringers. Everything is very much pentatonic. But to make it more interesting, at least for myself, I use this finger twister technique or approach. So the idea is to make the notes ring as much as possible. Kind of try to make the guitar sound more like a harp or something. Instead of playing single notes, you almost play like chord kind of sounds. This is the first phase. Ring finger on D string and first finger on G string. And then it's down, down. And then you hammer on pinky. Also on G string. And then while you hold these notes, place your middle finger on B string. And then first finger on E string. So you end up getting this, all these four notes ringing together. Also, you maybe noticed I use middle finger and ring finger for these notes on B and E string. That's your first exercise. Now, the second half of this part one is a sort of reverse. It's sort of a middle finger, pluck, down pick, middle finger, down. Be careful not to mute the strings, let everything ring. So you get now these notes, and then you do you slide, sort of double stop slide while holding to these notes. So both of these parts together. Many times, as you might notice, I'm very addicted to the whammy bar, so I might do some vibrato there. Second part is actually very much the same as we just did here, except that we do it here. And while we do it here, it's a little bit easier because we can now use the open E string. But there's one extra thing. There's a hammer on. So, kind of a finger roll thing. And it could be a little gentle hammer on. It doesn't, it's kind of... And then here, actually downpick the note on D string, then do sort of a middle finger, ring finger, kind of like arpeggiate. And then there is a, so it's ring finger on D string, middle finger on G string, and pinky on B string. And then there's a pull off. And while you do that pull off, you also do a dip with the bar. It's very sensitive stuff, so it might take a little bit of practicing. Alright, then the third part is actually repetition of the original part. And then the final fourth part segment, it goes like... Here you do a down hammer on D string, and then you hold on to that second note, so you keep pressing down that ring finger, and then do another pick and hammer on G string. So you get these two notes ringing. While you hold these notes, you can now release the first finger and move it to the 10th fret and fret both strings B and E. Then you can do a hammer on. With a pinky. And the way I like to do is kind of, I do that, I pick the notes and then do that. Instead of doing, I like that. You kind of sweep across the strings and then add that hammer on that G string. You can also, you could do that, this also as a slide. I don't know, I might sometimes do it as a slide. I keep varying. You can, I think you can release that D string if you want. You know, you can. This sounds good without the D string. Ooh. All right, that's everything. So. Thank you for watching. For the ending, let's do a loop and practice together this part. It doesn't hurt if I practice this as well. So thank you for watching. If you like this music, if you like this riff, check out the Solarium Dreams on Spotify or wherever you're streaming, or buy the album from my website if you want to support. Thank you for watching. Now let's practice. So.